Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Um, Yesterday I went and picked up a front end loader for a Ford 5000. I have a 4000. So I was in good communication with a fella, and it seems to be the same, slightly. So I'm going to show you the differences. But I went and picked it up. I got a good deal on it, I feel like, considering how much everything else was. So I'm going to show you what I got, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to install it on my tractor. I don't know what model this is. It has nothing indicated on it of what it is. So, but it is a front end loader, and it's what I need. So the bucket, I don't know how well you could tell this, but the bucket is 6 foot 8 inches wide, and from that part right there to the bottom part is 3 foot. So it is a big bucket, but I don't think it's made very well. So I don't really understand. I mean, for light work possibly, and that's probably why it's beat up so bad. This piece right here, this is the controls. It's got the two lever style controls. He told me it goes right here. I don't know where it goes. This plate bolts to the bottom. The difference discrepancies that I've come across with the 5000 and 4000 is the 5000 is a 4-cylinder. So from let's see, you can't see. Okay, here we go. From these bolt holes to these bolt holes is about a 5 3/8, as best I could tell, difference. So I'm going to have to move these holes back some. Well, that's easy. It's going to be easy and difficult. So I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. The bolt holes I'm talking about is this is my 4000. This bolt right here and this bolt right here, I mean these holes, is going to mate to the side of the bucket where I was just pointing at. I measured from this one to here and here. So it's got holes to accommodate for both of those, but it's going to be a little different on my tractor. This is a 3-cylinder. The 5000 is a 4-cylinder. So that works out for me because that means that I'll have a little more room, which is bad because I'll have a little more room out there whenever I'm actually carrying a load. I'm only using it for, I say only, I'm using it for round bales and maybe a little bit of dirt work, very minimally. But this is what I'm using it for. This is up close to what they look like. They are terribly nasty in there. So these holes right here, the previous owner had this piece of angle iron right here, and I think he used it for foot prop. I don't really know, but anyways, they had bolts in them, so I have 4 extra bolts that are the exact same as what I'm using. So what I have done is, there you go, I've taken and cut a line down through it. I don't have a tap, but I'm going to run this in and try to clean those threads out. So that way I won't be pushing stuff back in there. I don't know if you can see in this hole, but there's a lot of trash in there already. So I'm trying to get away from that. But I'll show you my progress. Hopefully we can get a little better on this. So I'm taking this bolt and I'm running it in a certain distance, and then I'm cleaning the bottom hole of the bolt with a screwdriver, the bottom end of this hole, and I'm going to use carburetor cleaner because I know it's got enough pressure to spray back in here and clean it out that way. So I've used my cut, I guess you'd call it, my cut bolt, and cleaned these out. I couldn't even get it started the first time, and now I could run them in. So I think that's far enough. I can't see in there to tell you how far it should be, but this is how I done it. I've got my measuring stick. I'm measuring the bottom holes, and the bottom holes on both sides are deeper than the top. So this is the variety of bolts that came with the loader. There's 4 little ones. I think they're little, yeah. They are smaller than these. And there's 4 of these smaller ones. And there's a variety of large ones. So I don't know which ones goes where. I'm gonna put the 4 smaller ones on top. Unless I get if I get the bigger ones in the top, then I'll use those too. I have 2 here, and I don't know what size they are yet, but they hold this to the bottom of the tractor, and there's 2 that hold here, and that's the ones I just cleaned out. These 4 here is going to go in the bottom side of this upright arm. So there's some nuts over there. I don't know which ones. It's my mountain plate, the one that goes on bottom. I don't know which way is forward and backwards, but I'm looking at this hole and these holes. They're all roughly in the same line. So right here, the front hole, this hole right here is in line with that. So I'm going to say on my plate, that's the way it needs to be orientated. So the second hole will be on the back. So this is how you do it when you don't have anything else. I ratcheted it up, and then I had to aim it. I only got 2 bolts in there right now, so I'm thinking that I could aim it and then put the bottom bolts in. I was thinking I could put the bottom bolts in first, but that seemed to be really difficult. So I'll show you what I do next. So I've had to use the ratchet straps right here to pull it up. I don't know how much it weighs. I'm assuming it weighs about 50-60 pounds, but so I got it up there. I wouldn't have taken it loose once I first got it up there because my holes were just off a very little bit. So I took it off. All the drill bit that I have is a 3/4 inch step bit, which is mostly dull anyways. But I was able to stick my step bit in and at a high speed, keep it on one side and let it etch away. I probably could have done it the same thing with a file, but I grabbed a step bit instead. So I was able to put, there's 2 on each side and then 2 on the bottom. So I was able to put all six of them on and tighten them down with the Milwaukee impact. So the next step I'm going to try to figure out. I want to take this part right here off, and which is not going to be hard because these are just bolts they have in there. My biggest problem with that is that it's going to want to fall over in the place that it's at. So I'm going to take those pieces off and see where they land at. I'm assuming that the ones I've got nuts for them, so I'm assuming the ones that have the nuts is going to be for the bottom piece. So I've got to get the thread all and nuts that they have on there now, or thread all just welded with nuts, and I think he just had them in there because they're everywhere. So I'm about to try to take this apart and set one side up. All right, I was able to take one side off right now. I'm going to put a bolt in here. I'm going to put a bolt in here, and I'm about to figure out where I'm going to put these at. One thing I'm thinking is on his tractor, he has 2 bolts here. I have enough space here, I believe I can put 2 bolts in the front. I don't know how that'll do as far as leverage goes, but that's what I'm going to try to do. And I don't know how this end right here, if I can wrap around the front. If I can, then I'm going to put a piece of metal across here and tie it all in that way. But so far, it appears that it will work. So I was able to get all four, let's see, 2, 4, 6. I was able to get all 6 of them in. And what I wound up doing is loosening up on the ones that I originally tightened up. And it fell forward some. Once it fell forward, I was able to put these in and those in. And then I just tightened them all up at the same time. Right here, it does not look like I was able to put bolts in here like I talked about. One thing that me and the man that I bought it from, he said I could get a bolt here and put, like, bolt a hole in right here and put a spacer back behind it to secure that way. So I may wind up doing that. I don't know how thick this metal is. It appears to be, you know, just under 1/2 inch. It's good solid stuff though. I was able to pick up on the arms here and move this structure right here. Once I got that picked up, it just rocked forward because the weight of it fell. But they're resting on the cylinders, and that's what I was curious about, is if I could make this, if I pull these 2 pins, one here and here, if I pull those 2 pins and let those down, if I could use this as a quick attachment. And I don't know how that'll turn out, but it's worth a shot, so we'll see. So one discrepancy we have so far, this arm right here has got to go. It is sitting on my power steering. I cut this piece off and this piece off that supports it this way. So my next goal is to be able to get this off and set it down on the tractor. And I know I can't use it because the cylinders, they need hoses, and some are broke. Some of the fittings are broke off, like that's broke off. This piece right here is broke off. Got to get those out. But those look like standard, just pipe fittings that they converted over to hose. And it looks, I know I'm doing a lot of walking, so I'm sorry. I don't know if this is right. I mean, it's clearly not because they got it twisted right here, but I'm hoping I can still use this piping system and take my hoses off here and there and take it loose here. And I got to figure out how this hose was connected to this other one. I'm pretty sure that is what that one's for, as it goes around to the bottom side of that one. So when you pressure it, it'll. This is a 50-year-old tractor. I think this one is a 72 model. So I'm not expecting it to be a new tractor, but what I am expecting is to be able to use it to move around round bales. And that's what my goal for this is. So I have fought with this thing and I fought with this thing, and it is on. I wound up taking my little tractor and picking up with it, and once I got that done, I was able to maneuver it a little better. I'll show you what I done. This is it. I've got it suspended up right here with a piece of channel iron, and I mean, because the way it is now, I can pull these pins and get that cylinder off, and it won't be compressed down on it. I've still got to drill this hole right there, and once I get that hole drilled, I'll be able to secure it to the front of the tractor. I still don't know what loader it is. This plate right here is where the plate would have been, so, but it's not on there. It is old, but it's not going to interfere with my tractor lights or my brush guard. Let's see. It should fold down up next to it, but if I have to take it off, I will, or modify it. Either one I'm okay with. But I have a couple pieces of this channel iron, and I thought about it. They're about 3-foot pieces is what I have, and I can put it here and bolt it right there, weld it here and bolt it here, and that would support this side, and I think that's plenty strong enough. So it is on. I'm excited about it. I hope it works like I want it to.